Sinisterism is about finding the primal aspects of the left-hand path, primal in history, primal in the psyche, thus obtaining truth. Thomas Leroy.
Greetings, my friends, and welcome back to your dose of sinister heathenry. But for those new to the channel, I'm Thomas Leroy, founder of the International Left-Hand Path organization, the Sect of the Horn God. The Sect is an educational foundation created to not only make those with the black flame aware of its glow, but to also restore the shadow aspects to the ancient gods by going deep into the past, not only historically, but also psychologically. For the primordial depths of the psyche are limitless. So, if this sounds interesting, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to learn more, join the organization, the Sect of the Horn God, at the link down below. Thank you. Now, in this organization, the Sect of the Horn God, we get a lot of questions, comments, statements through email, through the different, let's say, Facebook groups or forums or whatever. And one that my wife got the other day, I believe it was on Messenger, was from who I believe is a young man. She got the comment, or the statement, "I want to speak to Satan." Let me repeat that. I want to speak to Satan. Now, she asked me how should she respond to this bizarre statement. Now, I'm initially lost when I hear something like this, because I don't know what this person means. Now, if this person is new and young and somewhat naive, I'm guessing they mean literally they want to speak to Satan, but then again, we at the Sect of the Horn God don't know hell's area code, so we're not going to be able to call him for you. Now, to begin with, I don't have a problem with people being theistic. I understand it. We here in the West have a real or not real perspective on when it comes to the gods. Unlike the East, where the gods are more than metaphors but less than real, if that makes any sense. Here, it's either real or not real, and I despise the atheist-theist argument. I've stated this a few times. I really don't like it, because it doesn't matter. Real or not real does not matter. What matters is what you get out of your practice. Some people need to believe, if you will, in a sense. But the important thing is they have to understand that the gods and monsters, angels and demons, could either be the wind at your back or they could be pulling your leash. Now, I have some friends, people I like very much, who are theistic, but they have a nuanced perspective as to who or what Satan is. They don't believe Satan's some red guy with horns sitting in hell with a pitchfork. Their view I would call it more deistic than full out theistic. Because theists believe in a God where they tend to believe in Satan as more of a force, if you will, an adversarial force that is, let's say, more than a metaphor. A sentient adversarial current, if you will. That which one can communicate with. Now, I figure this individual who had asked to speak to Satan, they literally want to speak to Satan. Now, I understand if you're new. We were all new to this at one time or another. I remember back in high school when I first got into the occult, I was looking for power. I was a frustrated kid like so many teenagers. And instead of getting into sports or whatever, I got into the occult. I got into the occult because I wanted power. I wanted power over those I despised. I wasn't looking for anything, I don't know, squeaky clean. I wasn't looking to make the world a better place. I was looking to make me a more powerful being. But I never fully believed in a Satan you could speak to. One that would answer me. Because first off, if he does exist, he's fucking busy. He's busy battling Yahweh. But Satan as a sentient force, like I said, a current, a sinister embodiment of Christ's shadow, that I can understand wanting to speak to. But how do you do that? All right? So what I would tell this individual is I would say, go deep inside. Speak to yourself. Find that darkness, that Satan within you. Because all the gods, monsters, angels, and demons are within you, and they are outside of you. They are a part of you, they are you, and at the same time they are greater than you. They are aspects of the collective unconscious. They are avatars of the archetypes. And for too long, too long, we've been made to believe that there needs to be a buffer between us and the Satan within, the shadow. And that buffer is called Christ, at least here in the Western world. In other parts of the world, they have different buffers. But we've been taught to ignore that shadow side, the darkness within. And that's what we stress here in this organization and on this channel. Commune, get to know, become one with the shadow, the darkness within. Now, is that darkness within, which we can call Satan, or whatever name you want to give it, is it real? Now, what does real mean? Define real for me. Is the reality that you move around in, is this real? Are you sure you're not dreaming? Are you sure you're not hallucinating? Are you sure you're not batshit crazy right now? And you've come up with all of this in your head. You're imagining you're hearing my voice right now. Are you 100% sure that you are sane? That you are one with reality? Now, I am somewhat positive that there is a material reality outside of who I am. That after I die, this world will continue. This reality, this surface upon, I guess you could say, the collective unconscious will exist. But I'm not 100% certain. So I don't know what exactly real means. People ask this question all the time. Is God real? Is Satan real? Whatever. And going back to my earlier statement, it doesn't fucking matter. Real or not real doesn't matter. We get too wrapped up in that fucking argument, and it's a waste of time. It's what you get out of it. And what you should be getting out of it is you getting in touch with that darker aspect of who you are. Because that darkness is very real. Because everything is filtered through the psyche. Everything is psychological. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have a psyche. Unless you're a fucking NPC, you have a psyche. And I really think there are some NPCs out there in this world. You who are listening to this, understanding my words, soaking it in, you who can understand what I am saying, you have a psyche. And by going down deep, very, very deep within the psychological, within the psyche, you will eventually speak to Satan. So, in conclusion, my friends, and especially you young man who asked that or made that statement, I want to speak to Satan, go ahead and speak to him, because you can. Like I stated, you can speak to Satan. And what would you ask him? Just curious, what would any of you ask him? Leave your comments down below. Until next time.